Party people in the place to be, live from 58 Dream Street. We're Jameson with Games. Happy Saturday, folks. Well, lost in the jungle right now, Cedric. Although I suppose that's a second order issue. Lost in space, and more narrowly, the subcategory of that type of being lost. Lost in the jungle. Hold on. There. That's a nice angle, I guess. Okay, here we are. Hello, Cedric. Hello, anyone else who's here. Happy Saturday. What a week. What a week. Got the COVID. Don't worry, as you might even be able to just tell by looking. I'm doing okay. I tested positive on Tuesday. I haven't tested again, but I'm willing to bet when I do test, either later today or tomorrow, I'm going to have a negative test. I didn't get very symptomatic. Beat it back. And so that's good. But also, that it threw a wrench into the start of the semester because I had to suddenly teach a week online, which went pretty well. So that's good. I also tomorrow have to deliver my reappointment and promotion package to determine whether whether my career pays off and all my efforts over the last decade of my life were worthwhile, or whether I've wasted my youth. I'm not actually all that worried, but it is a big package to get together, and it's not quite done. But I got a lot of work. Made a lot of progress this morning before we started. I think I will finish it today, and then actually get to sleep on it, look at it tomorrow, revise it, turn it in. And then also I found out that I'm actually allowed to amend the package later. So I'm going to meet with some people that can give me feedback on it. And then I have to probably a month while the committee is getting its act together to supplement. So yeah, lots on the go, but here we are. I maintain a proud commitment to having fun with you folks here on the internet. Not only because I like to do it, love to do it, but because this whole thing is my monument to developing healthy work-life balance. And the fact that I can, even in a week like this, I'm hitting my marks is a good sign. It's a good sign for my brain and the health of my life. So that's all very good. I hope you're all doing well also, although I hope maybe, if your week can be less hectic than mine, well, why not? I hope that happened. I forgot to... Hey, Blanky! I forgot to... What's happening to my face there? I forgot to close this program last week, so I was surprised by my... I left it on overnight after I had a stream, so I was surprised for a moment to look at my play stats and see, I've been playing this game for 23 hours. No, that's not quite precise. But we made good progress in our first day, Space Quest 2, Vohaul's Revenge, and hopefully more so today. Welcome, David. Here we go. Firing it up without further ado. Alright, taking a look at my mixer. Looks like we have a pretty good mix, especially because there won't be continuous music when we're actually playing the game. Maybe turn it down a little bit for myself. Okay. So the story so far is that our hero, Roger Wilco, he saved the galaxy. Good for him. That happened in Space Quest 1. He foiled what seemed to be the scheme of the Saurians, a hostile alien group. We should allow for the possibility that this is a hostile faction of Saurians and not write off all Saurians in the galaxy for the crimes of the few. But that's what Roger Wilco did in Space Quest 1. Saved the day, even though he's a mere space janitor. He was feted, he was celebrated, he was awarded with the Golden Mop trophy. But eventually his fame faded. Whatever money he managed to cash in on from his temporary celebrity, he did not invest wisely. He's back to being a space janitor when right at the start of this game, you saw for a moment the opening clip. It's an orbital space station where Roger was cleaning. And then, while being assigned to a task of mopping up some vomit in a shuttle, he was set upon by space thugs who kidnapped him and brought him before Vohaul, a mad scientist, or possibly mad engineer. Really, most of our fictional mad scientists might be better understood as mad engineers, or at least mad applied scientists. And he learned that, yeah, this Vohaul was actually the one who put the Saurians up to their scheme, because Vohaul did the initial research and development that led to the development of the star generator tool, which has been used to reignite or create a new sun and save the Xenon galaxy where Roger's from, or the Xenon solar system or the Xenon planet, whatever. But Vohaul conceived of his mighty star generator as a weapon, like a Death Star kind of deal. So he thought, oh, what a waste to use this to help people. He was so mad that he put the Saurians up to stealing the star generator and trying to use it as a Death Star. Yeah. Come on, like Roger Wilco should be like, you know, like an iconic Mr. Clean type figure to the Xenon people. He probably sold his likeness rights for like a one-off payment instead of recurring royalties. So anyway, Vohaul is like, I'm getting my revenge now. Not only am I going to get my revenge on you, Roger Wilco, but he wants to genetically engineer door-to-door salesmen to take over the Xenon world. It's kind of, you know, it's a comic sci-fi plot. He decides, instead of killing Roger, though, like a true villain, he wants him to suffer. So he sends him to the mines of Labion, but on the way, the transport vessel crashes, and Roger Wilco is making his way across the planet, the jungle planet of Labion. So here we are. Is this? Yeah, interesting. I only achieved a cumulative playtime of 1 hour and 6 minutes from, you know, the need to reload saves and stuff. That's wild. But here we are. This is one of those famous cases where I was stuck at the end last time, and in editing the YouTube video, figured out what to do. Preparing the video for YouTube release. There's not really much editing involved. Just make chapter stops. But this was no great feat. We helped one of these little guys, and now we've made friends with all of them. And they said, when you want to get through and carry on in your quest, just say the word. I didn't remember that exact phrasing, so I searched around, see if there's any items, and then I was like, hey, could you help me with this? Ask for help. Request assistance. I tried a whole bunch of different things and was like, what's the phrasing? So then I just looked at the original when the leader told me, we'll help you, to see what his text was. And he said, when you need help, just say the word. So I'm inclined to say that we're going to get the ball rolling here. I hope. Yep. Thanks, fellas. And down we go into the bowels of Labion. It's dark. That's what's going on here. Can't maneuver with the gem in your hand. Okay, so I'm still on the ladder. Okay. Am I still on the ladder? I've pressed up. Suddenly, an inhuman guttural moan echoes through the narrow caves. You're not sure which direction it came from. The only thing you do know for sure is that you've just soiled your undergarment. Okay. Hold gem. Can't maneuver with the gem in your hand. Get off ladder. Does not compute. Look around. It's darkness. No, don't adjust your monitor. We have taken control. There's no light source in the vicinity. You couldn't see guano if it was pasted to your proboscis. Gross. Okay, hold on a second. Did I forget to save after retrieving? No, because it was saying... Okay, look at the inventory. I have the glowing gem. Say the word. Drop gem in hole. Let's don't and say we did. But I need... Okay. All right. I mean, the solution here is something to do with the gem. I feel very confident in saying that. Touch ground. Does not compute. Drop gem. Let's don't say we did. Attach gem to belt. I am likely to be eaten by a grue here if we can't get some light going. Okay. I should go back just one more time. I believe the consensus, although I might easily be mixing this up with the Space Quest 1 playthrough, which we just did. But I think I've received feedback of, wow, you aren't stuck. The area we're in is extremely confined. There's this area. And also, when Roger slid down out of this cave, the one pickup that I've got in this area was that he dropped his glowing gem, further reinforcing the idea that the solution to the darkness is once again the glowing gem. Rock walls are too solid to pass through. So there's two screens. There's really nothing here. Okay. There's a puzzle last time where to get the glowing gem, actually, we had to go underwater. But if you just use the dive command and went under the water, Roger inevitably drowned. And I'm sure this is a puzzle that stymied a lot of people for a while. And it didn't get me for long, although not necessarily because of any cleverness on my part. Just because I have an audience, sometimes I type things that I don't think are actually going to work into the prompt bar. And so I came back to the top of the swamp. I was in the swamp and I was like, okay, what are we going to do? How do we get down here? So I typed, take a deep breath. And then Roger took a deep breath and it worked. He was able to swim all the way through the underwater tunnel. So, yeah. So, I'm inclined to say there's a solution here that is like, think about what you would do. I can't put it on my belt. Can I put it in my mouth? I can put it in my mouth. Neat. Better. Not a great deal better, but better. Also, it looks like Roger wasn't climbing when I was in the dark. Or that I accidentally stopped him from climbing. Okay. Well, hopefully, whatever that thing is, it doesn't want to come into the light. There are two ways to go. Whoop. Ooh, okay. Do we have an underground maze? The solution to the puzzle is attributed to... Please elaborate, Cedric. Oh, dear. Underground maze. I might have to make a map, but let's... I haven't had to map in Space Quest yet. So let's just... let's explore a bit. And just see what happens. Okay. So that's a dead end. They are, I mean, definitely. Here's the thing. This is not like, this is a fun example of how text parsers can sort of offer types of puzzles that you can't have really anymore when you go to point and click. Which is that, you know, this is a real, like, if you have the gem, but you're on a ladder, you don't want to climb in the dark, so you don't know what to do to get your glowing gem out. Holding it in your mouth, if you don't have like a belt you can put it on, is actually that's a real thing you could do. It would be tough to represent with a point and click interface, but you can type it in. Same thing with taking a deep breath. So it's almost like neither of those puzzles are like, they're not illogical. They're very logical. They're just counterintuitive because when we play an adventure game, we're expecting puzzles to be about figuring out which thing to apply to which other thing, or where to look, or how to interact with things on the map using a more, usually, you know, more obvious verbs. Or at least sentences that don't quite have as many modifiers. Put the gem in your mouth. I like it. Then again, if it hadn't come together for me so quickly, would I still like it? I don't know. I did go way back in the Adventurers Guild blog, back to when it was called the Adventure Gamer blog, because it was written by one fella who eventually handed it off to his community when he didn't have time for it anymore. And I read the Trickster's first entry on his Space Quest 2 playthrough, reasoning correctly as it turned out that he probably would have not gotten further than I did. Okay, I've done it. Maybe. I mean, here's a problem. What if I was supposed to find something in the maze? You have an opportunity to stand and spare your tender knees. The crystal clear water gives off a gentle glow. I understand what, like, it's frustrating. No, actually, the most one, I don't know. I think there's enough. It's tough for me to say because, like, I already heard about it as a puzzle that makes people angry, so I knew the solution when I encountered it. But not only should that be your natural instinct when you're supposed to be playing a hero anyway, to save someone. But, cheese machine puzzle. Am I forgetting a King's Quest 5 puzzle? Or is that from something else? Yeah, when you're supposed to be playing like a fairy tale hero, your instinct should be to save small creatures. The game also gives you multiple. Right. Yes. I recall. I recall now. Oh man. Yeah, that was not a fun end game sequence. But yeah, you're playing a hero. You should try to help creatures that are small. But also the game has given you other examples of how helping the animals will lead them to help you. And if you're dying in the inn basement, struggling to get out of the ropes, there's also the visual cue that there's a mouse hole. So, I think it's fair enough. But yeah, the Trickster found it both did not get the visual cues to the rub the berries on yourself puzzle because he didn't go back to the root plant screen after helping the little guy. But then also he found the take a deep breath thing to be annoying. Maybe I would have if I hadn't tried it on a whim right away. Once you try it on a whim and it works, and you've solved it immediately, of course it seems like a well-done puzzle. The crystal clear water gives off a gentle glow. In abundance, it is able to light the room. You take the glowing gem from between your aching jaws. You notice it is overly moist as you slip it into your pocket. Staying hydrated, Roger. Good stuff. Okay. Whoops. First, I can't just presume that there's nothing here except to navigate the maze. So let me just spend a little bit of time heading around in different directions. Oh, good. That's a dead end. Constraints are very helpful. Okay. I'll just be systematic. First, I'm going to see how far this top level goes. Not very far. Now, I'm going to do the same thing on this middle level. Or this lower level on the top screen. That goes nowhere. Going up obviously isn't going to go back. I think I did go down both of these ladders and find that they were dead ends. To the right, I can't go back up, but I also can't go to the right. I have to go down. Once I'm down here, I can't go left. From here, I can go back up, which leads to a ladder and a ladder. Is that anything? No. Look around. See rock walls. Whoa! The dreaded cave squid. Okay. One more foray. And then I'll be optimistic. Because I'm going to choose to be optimistic, I will not yet ask anyone to tell me if actually, if I decide, all right, I'm in the clear here and carry on, don't tell me yet if I've created an unwinnable situation. Let me suffer for the crime of not being as thorough as possible here. No, that's not the one that goes up. In fact, there's no up. But then if I went over here, I was able to go up, right? And this is where I died. Okay. Nowhere to go there. Is the cave squid a locational death? It seems to be. Oh my. Now you know why they wanted to close the hole behind you. You become the unwilling victim of the dreaded cave squid. Good luck. Or tough luck. Not good luck. Okay. Once more. I'll go a different route. Ooh, actually. And then I'm going to load back because I just want to test something. For my own curiosity. Oh, jeez. Okay. Wait. That was my way to the right. Right? Right, yep. And then I had to go down. So instead of going up this time, can I keep going to the right? Yes, but it's a dead end. If I go down, and go over here, just another thing. If I go left here, I don't know. Here I can go left. Am I back at the entrance? Seems like it. Well, that makes no sense, but okay. Okay. I think I'm ready to say I think I've done this, but I'm curious about one thing. You don't need to do that just yet. Besides, you can barely walk and wink at the same time. Climbing the ladder while holding something would be certain death for you. No, it wouldn't. We've seen the evidence. But okay, I was curious because, like, what if I had tried to prepare before I went in? And it was just like, that doesn't compute. But no, in fact, it literally says, like, you're going to actually need to type that. Good job, but it's not time yet. Okay. Onwards. This place is amazing. Beautiful subterranean waterfalls and cascades drop before you, filling the air with billions and billions of tiny misty droplets which tickle the cilia. The air is thick with the revitalizing, humid freshness. This message is also getting a little thick. Self-aware. Look at the waterfalls. Beautiful subterranean waterfalls and cascades drop before. The luminous liquid churns at the base before flowing downstream. Look at the water. The water is clear, except for a very slight cloudiness. So maybe we could say that the water is slightly cloudy. It appears to be luminous. In fact, the water's soft glow seems to be providing the light here. Okay. Look at the rock. You do not possess the item. I'm not trying to look at an item in my inventory. If I go around, is there a hidden place to go? It feels like going in the luminescent water. Doesn't seem like a good idea. What do I have? I have the athletic supporter. Haven't found a use for that yet. The whistle, which is specifically... Oh, it's some kind of beast cry whistle. One moment. Shut that door a little. I'm good at projecting, so hopefully bother Danielle less with that door closed. Okay, dialect translator, a key card, an empty spore. Not sure if I'm going to need that. It was basically a gag where earlier I needed to use the spore with its paralyzing spores, the spore pod with its paralyzing spores, to knock out a hunter. And then if I brought it along with me, if I went back and got a new one and brought it along with me, then Roger, when he fell through that tunnel we saw at the start, it burst and paralyzed him, and then we just had to wait a while. And now we have the empty spore. Not sure we'll ever need that. And then there's a puzzle, which is some kind of joke about a Rubik's Cube. It's a Kubik's Rube puzzle. Okay. Prophylactically, I can't see why I would apply any of these items. So let's go in the water. Okay. Can I go beyond the waterfall? Ah, this is better than a shower massage. Well, if this is, you know... That's not the way to... Oh, whoops. Dive. There's nothing of interest below the surface. Besides, the undercurrent might drown you. Okay. Look around. You're swimming in the swiftly moving river, in the swiftly moving water of this underground river. The river forks near the back of the cave. The glow from the water softly illuminates the room. Roger moves faster in the against the current directions. You can see him slow down when the current's fighting him. Feel under the water. No. Does seem like the kind of frustrating thing a Sierra adventure might do. To have an important item hidden in some of the still water on the ground. You're supposed to grope around for it. Okay, same description of the luminescent water. You grow quite weary swimming against the currents. Well, I might just drown. As you enter another of the mysterious subterranean chambers, you realize that the water is now racing towards a giant whirlpool in the middle of the area. You are caught in the strong current, powerless to alter your course. Okay. Well, let's find out. Is this just death? Is it just, you went right instead of left, so you die? Or is it going to wash me out? Your body is sucked down until finally you're able to resist no more and must yield to the overwhelming force. It does spit me out. Jeez, that was quite a trip. Beat me around, you find yourself back in the open again. We gotta go back. Have to explore that left branch. See if there's anything there. Ooh. No, obviously this is just death. Now that I'm visually interpreting this a bit better. So, in fact, there was a pick the wrong way and die thing here. Splat. After chroming off a pair of rock outcroppings, you find a final resting place at the base of the falls. Okay. That's fine. We know what to do, I think. Hey, Abra. Abra did a guest spot on Friday Night Frosthaven last night. Spent the whole time napping in Danielle's background. Well, hopefully I wasn't supposed to be collecting anything in there. Jeez, that's quite a trip. Peering around, find yourself back in the open again. Looks like we're near a civilization of some sort, judging by the monster face. You're in a pool. It's fed by a waterfall, which spews from a strange rock face. An actual face, an ugly one at that, is carved into the rock. Must be hundreds of years old. Look around. You're in a little clearing, which is surrounded by large boulders and impenetrable brush. There is water, at which you entered, at the bottom left. You can just see a landing platform in the distance. It's where Roger's journey on Labion began. Okay. It feels like counterintuitive for there to be this many unique screens where I don't really seem to have to do anything but navigate through them. But what are we going to do? Got to just try what we can do. Try the angles. See what happens. Okay. Can't pass through. Can't pass through. Damn foliage. Look at platform. It's not in view right now. Would it be in view if I was standing like over here? No. Look at the trees. Yep. Look at rock. The rocks in this region are all gray, fairly rounded. There appears to be nothing of interest about them. Can't go through the foliage. Okay. Maybe there's a way to go to the left. Nope. Can't dive here. This seems unlikely, but can I exit to the north through this little space? Nope. Are the vines significant? They appear to be very thin and fragile. You're unable to reach the vines. Not sure why that would be the case, but fine. I don't know, blow the whistle. Give the whistle a toot. Makes an odd sound. You hear an incredible whirring and grinding sound coming from the north. Suddenly, a Labion terror beast buzzes into the room like a tornado, and he looks like he could do as much damage as one. Okay. The Labion terror beast is spinning around like a tornado, and he looks like he could do as much damage as one. Okay, he's gonna make a beeline for me? Yeah. So there's no chance that I'm gonna outrun this guy. Blow the whistle again. No. Throw the whistle at him. Maybe he'll have an existential crisis. Nope. Okay. Throw the supporter. Nope. Just try throwing things at him. Probably not the dialect translator, because I don't think we even translate any dialogue yet. It's definitely a less endearing riff on the Tasmanian devil. Okay, don't want to throw the translator. Probably don't want to throw the key card. Throw the spore, throw the puzzle. No. You can't do that well, okay. I can't say that I've figured anything out here, but brute force. You chuck the Cubix Rube puzzle over to the beast. The beast appears interested in your offering. Curiosity gets the better of him as he reaches down for it. He seems quite perplexed by the puzzling plastic polyhedron. If you'll excuse me, buddy. I like that Roger's approach when there's a small area to get through. He's tired of crawling. His knees hurt from the cave, so he just duck walks. Okay. Well, if I hadn't immediately resorted to brute force, I might have got frustrated, because there's no reason to feel like... There's no reason I would have ever thought this guy will use the puzzle. He'll be intrigued by this puzzle. I actually did think... I wasn't originally planning to brute force. I thought, this is what the athletic supporter is for. Throw it at him and he'll get, tangled up in it. But no, the mystery of the jockstrap continues. You're in a small clearing. Before you stands a large elevated platform, much like the one in which you landed when arriving on this planet. On one leg of the platform is an elevator door. A guard patrols the mid-level. I assume if I am seen beyond these bushes while the guard is visible, he'll shoot me. But then, the fact that he stops in the middle to explicitly look in my direction. Hold on. Let's just test. Boom. Dang. Allowing the guard to observe you is not very swift. He has disassembled you, probably adding a little excitement to his otherwise dull day. He's not gone for very... Oh, hold on. Does he always see me in his periphery? Or can I... Aha. I can advance while his back is to Roger. And I presume I want to get to that elevator platform, although the easiest way to do that might be to get underneath this guy. Ah! I moved while he was looking. Not very wise. Could it be so simple as just to make a break right for the platform? Foiled by a typo. Okay. No need to rush. No need to rush. Hey, British. Welcome. Happy Saturday. You know, I guess I might as well save that one advancement step that I've made. Okay. Watch this guy. Is he going to stop and look at us? Yep. Then he turns. It went... we made it through 3 rounds, so that was good. I think we're doing okay. It would be lovely to be playing more efficiently, but I think we're doing okay. And we had lots of fun. And that's really that's the central idea. Key card. Fortunately, I have the key card. Feels like I'm probably approaching either a biome that is like a base on Labion or getting off of Labion. Slide the keycard in the slot, then remove it. We're in. As soon as the elevator door closes behind you, the platform on which you rest begins to rise. Well, that's convenient. You're on a landing platform. A shuttle sits quietly nearby. You see lush growth all around. Look at the shuttle. It looks just like the shuttle that brought you here. Can I board the shuttle? Does not compute. Enter shuttle. You recall from when you landed the entry hatch being on the rear left of the shuttle. You'll have to move a little. Well, I'm very grateful that the game just mentioned that in text instead of the puzzle being, come on, don't you remember where you came out of this shuttle in the opening cinematics? Rear left, okay. You open the hatch and head in. You're inside a shuttle cockpit. There's an instrument panel before you. Between your legs is a throttle. You can see the local treetops. Look at the panel. Everything looks automatic. The panel is loaded with clusters of system status indicators. There's a power button, an attitude dial, and an ascent thruster button. Look at the dial. The attitude dial sets the throttle control to either VAC, vertical attitude control, or HAC, horizontal attitude control. It's currently set to HAC. Turn that. Has no effect now. Okay, sure. Press power. Now can I turn the dial? Now set to VAC. What else was there? Power button. Attitude dial. Ascent thruster. Press thruster button. The shuttle begins to vibrate as the ascent thrusters ignite. Pull throttle. Forward to descend. Back to ascend. Press a key. Do I actually have to control this? Yes. Okay. We're taking off. It's wild. It's all zoomed in and fully animated. Oh, hello, Dead Anthony. Welcome. Okay. You're off the planet. Good work, Roger. Tone sounds. A soft, synthesized voice notes that adequate altitude has been achieved. Ascent thrusters are now ineffective. The monitor draws your attention again. Minimum altitude achieved. Okay. Should I turn the dial? There. Are we flying now? Am I doing this right? Whoops. Hello, Clef. I hope so too. More than anything, what I hope is that it's not expecting me to somehow steer from this view. You figure out what's going on out in space from this oblique angle. Screens are suddenly splashed with the incredibly horrible image of Sludge Vohaul. What are you doing naming your kid Sludge? Also, we're really racking up the points. I was going to say earlier that I think that this was going to wind up being a 3-session playthrough. And it still might, because I don't have the option of being like, okay, I'm just going to have fun all day today. I got to finish my reappointment package. It would be very silly to destroy my own career. Actually, I'm pretty sure if I turned it in late, they would forgive me. But that's just not what I like to do. Hello, Roger. I've been waiting for you. Once again, my subordinates have failed me. Anyway, it looks like you'll be visiting me again soon. Don't bother trying to pilot the vehicle. I have taken control. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you, sir. You will be arriving at my command post shortly. I anxiously await your arrival. He closes with a chilling laugh. His image is frozen on the screens. Gross. The ship changes course, as if it had a life of its own. All you can do is hang on. As Vohaul stated, nothing works. Yeah, but I'm here. I'm bored. Okay, it's going to keep interrupting me to say, don't do it. You feel the ship bank. Okay, no new message. There we go. Through the window, you see your apparent destination. Vohaul's asteroid. The massive bay doors meet, jarring the entire vehicle bay. As you step down, the shuttle door slams shut behind you. You are quite surprised not to find several of Vohaul's guards waiting to greet you. You begin to ponder what the twisted scientist might have in store for you. Well, we're in the lair. You're standing on a suspended platform inside the cavernous vehicle bay, which has been carved out of the asteroid. Narrow walkways lead off in almost all directions. Watch your step. Well, let's go on this one first. Okay, elevator bay. Elevator platform. You're in a rather, large room to the east of the vehicle bay. There's 2 elevated walkways here. One leads to an elevator, the other leaves the room to the left and the right. Okay, cool enough. Let's check the other direction. Oh, wouldn't you know? We're obeying the principles of symmetrical layer design. Okay. Let's take an elevator, see what happens. You're in a small capsule-shaped enclosure. Above the door is a digital readout, which reads, Level 1. The only other feature is a rectangular panel. Press the panel. Say what? Touch the panel. Don't understand your request. Look at the panel. I bet it has buttons on it now that I think about it. The panel is a vertical row of 4 buttons. There's some small engraving at the bottom edge of the panel. Read the engraving. The engraving reads, Bobco Lift Division, a subsidiary of Bobco Inc., universally famous makers of Nad's hamster tape. Boldly go where no man has gone before. Press the button. Press... Oh, jeez. Hold on. Look at the panel again. It's vertical, right? Yes. Vertical row, but I believe it means a column. Press top button. I bet nothing happens. Press the first button. Hold on. Look at the buttons. The buttons look ordinary. Each button has a word next to it. In order, they are 1, 3, 4, and 5. Aren't you glad no one saw that? The digital readout shows the number 1. The trick here is to push the number of a floor other than this one. Otherwise, it's no fun. You know what? Let's check through the doors on the level we're on before we go to another level. Oh. Door closes behind you solidly. A barrier springs up. Another barrier. Feel the floor shift below you. It's moving to the left. Uh-oh. Well. Whoa. Oh, and it's an acid bath. Imagine, if you will, taking a bath in sulfuric acid and using pumice for a washcloth. After that bit of displeasure passes, it gets much worse, as the acid slowly eats its way to the last critical organs. Finally, mercifully, death takes you. I think death would take you before the last of your critical organs was dissolved by acid. Collaborators. I was reminded of the great Simpsons joke. I believe from the episode with the film festival, Homer the critic, where Mr. Burns says he's complaining about having a picture. He wants to have a biopic made of himself, and he's like, "I'm not so different from, Schindler and I aren't so different. We both made shells for the Nazis, but mine worked, damn it." All right. Press 2 was the missing button, right? Why don't I verify that? Yeah. Level 1. Level 3. You have a funny feeling you're being watched. Yes, that is how I feel. This section of hall dead ends. There's an elevator on the back wall, and a camera attached to the ceiling. This doesn't feel promising, but... Except for some small windows, this area is much like all the other interior sections of the asteroid. All you see are billions and billions of stars. Jeez, Rogers has really lost his sense of wonder. It's just billions of stars out there. Nothing out there but the vastness of the universe. Well, that's grimly ironic. Looks like you've been formally introduced to the floor waxer. You now consist of very thin, yet glossy, floor covering. Too bad. You seem to be making relatively good progress. I'll update the save at the elevator to save us the walking next time. Let's try one more time. I assume the floor waxer will come at the same time every time. Pardon me, crunching ice chips from my iced coffee without even thinking about it. Oh, it came earlier. Wait, but in classic Sierra fashion? No. I was going to say, can we just make it not exist by leaving and returning? No. Let's try level 4. If it turns out the secret is just to, say, press 2, even though it doesn't seem to have a button, it's just like, hey, you found the button. Well, that'll be silly. Yeah. Nothing much going on here. Will it be different when we start walking? No. What do I have that could foil a floor waxer? I don't feel like any of that stuff is obvious. At least. Oh. The doors bear icons, one male, the other female. Each has a button next to it. You're not near enough to one. It's a bathroom. You stepped into a porcelain palace of sorts. It's obviously a restroom. A place which, in an interesting fashion, serves to exhibit the physical diversity of the universe. I'll have to take a closer look. But yeah, it's a subtle difference. And also, the bathroom door signs do not illustrate the physical diversity of the universe at all. The walls are covered in an easy-to-hose-down synthetic material. Attached to them, in various locations, are devices designed to efficiently collect waste products from the life forms which are able to physically match up to them. Oh yeah. Now that I think about it, I should have noticed that immediately. On the back wall are stalls. 3 of them are in use, judging by the various feet which show beneath the stall doors. To the left are the sinks. Open this door. Close it. Stand on toilet. Does not compute. Okay. Gotta use the bathroom, Roger? Slide your uniform pants down. Settle onto the cool ring. You go through whatever motions might be normal for you during this act. Refreshed, you grab your pants and compose yourself. Why? No one else has. Gross. It'd probably be risky to attempt without a flotation device handy. Gross. Okay. Wait. Ha ha ha! This one is interesting. It has a bi-level arrangement, with the upper opening about chin height on you. You might be careful about getting too close. Hopefully you'll not run into the being this fits. There are several stalls on the east wall, none of which are designed to accommodate humans. This one looks like a quad-port high-performance urinal manifold, especially useful for those multitudinously equipped. If you had 4 outputs of whatever type, why would you necessarily need the honeycombing? Like, why can't we just have one? I don't know. What do I know? I'm not a washroom engineer in the distant future. Also, used in a pinch by up to 4 single-digit beings when the place is really packed. That's quality toilet humor. Faucets aren't operational. Vohaul didn't seem big on personal hygiene. Look at the floor. The floor is an interesting coating. Doesn't it, Clef? The floor is an interesting coating of some type of congealed dreck. Gross. Embedded within it, you see everything from tiny fish-type scales to short, curly hairs. to dandruff flakes the size of toenails. And don't even bother try getting any of it. In the middle is a drain. Look at the drain. The drain is a cover welded into place. You see nothing but in the darkness below. All right, revolting. It's really it says a lot about the subtleties of pixel art. But yeah, you throw 2 pixels on, and it's very clear which one of those is the male sign and which is the female. What's this? Aha! You know a janitorial closet when you smell one. Almost at once, you sense an emptiness, a melancholy longing. You begin to feel homesick. Look around. It's quite dark in here. On the floor, you notice a glass cutter. Hold the gem. It's not dark enough in here to be effective. Okay, so probably not a... I'll just get a generically named save so I don't feel weird about changing the bathroom break save to this one. And we're back. Same buttons. Great. Well, let's go down to 5 for now because I'm not sure that either toilet paper... Well, hold on. Pumice quality toilet paper. No, I think the floor waxer can handle that. Glass cutter looks like it's seen lots of use. In and amongst a very busy work week. Youch! You feel alarmingly dense. Apparently, you are a prime focal point for some aggression channeling by one of the caged creatures. Your compressed composition indicates that your attacker possesses considerable strength. A good guy to avoid in the future. Of course, you're damaged beyond repair and the game must end. You made quite a bit of progress, though. Don't start screwing up now. Okay. Well, before I try going back up to hit level 5 from the other side, I should see if by pausing before stepping in front of that prison cell. Yeah, no. The game presumes that everyone's on an unbroken run right up till this point. Makes you wonder why they work so hard on all the death messages and animations. But yeah, besides a very busy work week and also taking care of Danielle while she had COVID and also having COVID myself, I also had a very successful playing video games week. We beat Sweet Home last Sunday. And then on Tuesday, when Greg couldn't be here because he didn't want to get COVID, I was able to use the free Tuesday evening to dive back into Wizardry Gaiden 4, Throb of the Demon's Heart, and actually beat it, with Cedric the Dracon Bard getting the killing blow with his acid breath. So that was exciting. Hallways on this level are the same as above, with the exception of some type of cages. An occasional strange noise is heard. The smell in here is stifling. Apparently the holding cells are not well kept. What do you expect from a guy named Sludge? As is common in all periods of cage design, vertical bars of a sturdy nature dominate the appearance. They look quite impenetrable. One of them has some fur wrapped around a couple of sections of bar. Well, those are hands. They look like large amounts of fur. No other features are evident from here. Okay, I can just give the cell a wide berth. Perhaps I'll do that for this one, just in case. Yeah, okay. Oh no! One of the cells is opening. Who knows what unspeakable horror waits beyond those steel bars? I guess I should. It's a unicycle robot? No! Oh, yuck! The dark and spiny beast with massive red lips grabs you up and, after a longing glance, proceeds. Don't read further if the phrase French kiss bothers you. To plant a very moist, fresh French kiss on you. You're left quite stunned. Okay. So it's an alien, but it's an affectionate alien. Oh, but it's probably... I'm going to get chest burstered. I think I'm a dead man walking, but I guess we'll find out. It's quite dark in here. There's a small wastebasket. On the floor next to it is a pair of crusty work overalls. Look in wastebasket. That'd be easier to do if you had it. Okay, I'll take it. Okay. Aren't you amazed by how much stuff an adventure game hero can carry? You just gotta know how to pack. Put on overalls? They won't fit you. Well, take them. You pick up the overalls. They are very small and quite worn out, not to mention filthy, and of no use to you. You toss them back on the floor. As you set them down, something falls to the floor. You see some filthy overalls and a lighter. I'm hesitant to save again because I feel like Roger is going to suddenly die. I don't know though. Abra! She's off there just wailing at something. Okay. Well, suppose I ought to try. Hey, wake up! There is no button 2. No. Okay. So, toilet paper, glass cutter, wastebasket, lighter. It's an empty wastebasket. Okay. The sick lighter is almost empty. Okay. Can any of this stuff help me with the floor waxer? Can I outrun this thing? Does not look like it. Oh. Okay. Well, hold on. I'm kind of ahead of the thing. Here's the moment of truth. Okay. Take the plunger. I've got all sorts of janitorial equipment. Plunger, toilet paper. Actually, to be honest, I was janitor for almost 10 years. I never used a glass cutter. And the waste paper baskets you're not supposed to carry around with you. Oh, whoop. I meant for this to have a question mark on it. to reflect the uncertain nature of whether I'm going to die. Does dodging it once just eliminate it? No, but that's the whole floor. Let's go back to the bathroom and see if we can plunge the toilet. Yeah, bruh. What's up? You want to sit with me? Everyone would love to see you. Where are you, sweetie? Yeah, bruh. Why don't you go up in your chair? She's thinking about it. Hooray! It's Abra. Oh, but the waxer's not here this time. I also need to press a button to get into the washroom. Should have thought about listening. Nope. Okay. Use plunger. There's nothing in here that a mere plunger can help. Nope. Okay. Standard issue plunger. Okay. Can I plunge the sink? Nope. Probably can't use the plunger anywhere. No. All right. Look in the urinal. No. Okay. Okay. I had the thought of, I have a lighter, I have a waste paper basket made of metal, and I have paper. So perhaps starting a garbage can fire will be a plan somewhere. What if it's a plan in this very room? Okay. Does not compute. Okay. I've got the basket with paper in it. I have the plunger, the glass cutter. Have I seen glass anywhere that I would want to cut? Okay. Run, Roger, run. No, we're not going to make it into there. If Roger's going to survive this, it's going to be like getting to the elevator. I think it's actually going at the same speed as him, so I should make it. Ha ha ha. Okay. What if there's something to do on the prison floor that I didn't do? What if there was something I was supposed to do to the xenomorph? Probably not. I feel like probably it's just a gag, but... All surfaces, seem to be composed of prefabricated synthetic panels, which have been secured to the sides of the bored-out tube. Look in this cage. Can't see much, but can hear something stirring in the darkness. Talk to prisoner. No. Use glowing gem. It's fine where it is. Can't see much. Something stirring in the darkness. Can't see much. Can't see much. Shouldn't this one be empty now? Been in here, of course. What if taking the overalls a second time reveals something else? Nope. There is a surveillance camera mounted on the ceiling. Looks to be quite basic. It appears to be pointing right at you. Do I have anything that I would smash that with? No. Do I have anything? That's a thought. In fact, I should definitely try that next time I'm by one of the cameras. Nothing new about it. Just sits there unusable. Well, hold on. What about this angle? No. What about under it? Does not compute. Well, let's see. Door closes behind me. Barriers on all sides. Floor starts shifting. Can I solve this somehow? Explain further. Stick plunger to floor. Forget it. Nope. Okay. I didn't even try more than one item. And I've already thought of another way that maybe I could have used the plunger. I don't know what my plan to escape would be. But can I stick the plunger to the wall? Wouldn't be helpful now. Well, what about now? Using formerly uncharacteristic creativity, you apply the suction cup-like plunger to the smooth metal finish and hang on for dear life. Once a janitor, always a janitor. Except now, the first time they used that phrase in the first game, it was a downer kind of line, and now it's a triumphant line. This is Rogers, the last starfighter. It's a good thing I spent all that time as a janitor, so I'm ready to solve puzzles that require the quick and clever use. Not that hospital janitors don't use the plungers. You gotta call maintenance if the toilet is backed up. You can hang on no longer. Your grip weakens. Okay. So, I got too confident in the sense that I needed to keep trying stuff. Okay. Do I have other stuff that could obviously help here? Not obviously. But let's take a crack at it. I guess I could also try, like, is the dialect translator on? It is on. Is there a way to talk to the prisoners? Stick the plunger to the wall. And then look at the barrier. Looks very sturdy. They bear a smooth finish. What if it's bulletproof glass? Does not compute. Use the cutter. No. You possess nothing that could help you accomplish this. Okay. I don't know what. I don't know why lighting a fire in the waste paper basket would help, but there isn't much fuel. You might want to save it. I possess nothing that can help me accomplish the task of cutting glass. Okay, probably I need something else. I should return to searching. Hold on. No. What if Roger's jockstrap is filled with stuff that you know, chemicals that'll counteract. What if Roger has very, very basic you know, jock sweat? Okay. I could also try bothering the aliens in the bathroom. That feels like it's just a way to get a comical death, but comical deaths are part of the fun. So I can go there too. It's going to say I don't understand prisoner. It's just leading me to my death. Can I talk to a guy in here? No. Okay. Could he possibly want something that I have that would occupy him? I don't know why. No. And yeah, she's gonna kill me if I go close. Once I stuck the plunger to the wall, I mean, then the goal would be to somehow either break through the barrier or stop the trap. Is the panel made of glass? Rectangular panel. Cut the panel. Nope. Feels like there should be a way to level 2. Might not be as simple as just finding the hidden button. Oh, I'm not on the bathroom floor, am I? Or am I? Where am I? Oh, this is the janitor closet floor, right? Ah. Quite dark in here. But not dark enough. No. Oh, why do you gotta do this to me? And like, I definitely feel like lighting a trash can fire is going to be part of this. All right, tried cutting the panel. Okay. Might not be as simple as a hidden button, too, that you just reveal through your own ingenuity. Maybe I'll get, like, special glasses. Washrooms. Oh, come on. Whew. That was tense. Okay. Ooh. Mirrors are made of glass. Not in a good place for it. Yeah. Faucets aren't operational. Right, right. Okay. Go away. Probably they all just want you to go away. Yeah. What if I very rudely just open the door? Won't budge. Won't budge. Well, that's probably for the best. Can I cut the drain with the glass cutter? I don't know why. No. Can't put the gem down there to try to... Sound comes from one of the occupied stalls, you think. Suddenly, one of your senses downloads an extremely negative air quality report. For some reason, the name John springs to mind. I assume that's an Inside Sierra joke. Hold on a second. Hide in the stall and wait. Is one of them going to leave the washroom and then... Oh, right. Could be that as well. Severe grunting from the stalls indicates that this is an inappropriate time to strike up any conversations. Maybe they've got a case of Vohaul's revenge. Vohaul's revenge, get it? It was capitalized. Love to pay attention to the credits. See if there's a John. Look at the floor. Yeah. Look under the stalls. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Maybe. All right, press 1. Look for hidden button. Touch panel. No. Okay. Well, I guess the three possibilities, three broad categories of possibility are: I have what I need to defeat this trap and I haven't figured it out yet. I lack what I need and I need to go get it. Or it's too late. I should have never even come here. I didn't bring something from the planet that I need. I hope it's not that. But, okay. We'll worry about that soon, but not just yet. Okay. Okay. Trying to think of a way to tell the parser to, like, wrap the jockstrap around the plunger and use it as a support. No. Probably there's no Labion terror beast up here. Okay. Oh. That's a good thought. Well. That's a great thought, actually, Clem. Clef, sorry. It's also possible that the Roger's stamina just runs out at such time that the door has just made it under, or that the sliding floor has just gone under his feet. Let's find it. Oh, wow. Great work, Clef. That's right there with take a deep breath. Oh, and then it just deactivates. The plunger is destroyed. All right. I mean, makes sense. Because, for one thing, they shouldn't survive long in the sulfuric acid bath. But also, once you drop them in, you want to shut them in. Also, we have ample evidence that Sludge Vohaul is not a far-thinking villain. He has not considered every angle. Oh, great. Being chased by a robot. They're neatly indented into the wall. Well, this one's not. The huge metal menace is specifically designed to secure a given area. When not busy, it's plugged into the wall recharging. Imagine what kneecads would cost for that puppy. Yeah, this is not a super sophisticated thing. Can I just walk past it? Nope. You've made the mistake of getting within what looks like to be a cattle prod's length of the metal menace. Ah. I knew from context it meant a battery, but I couldn't figure out why. An electrical contact connected to an extension arm reaches from its body and makes contact with you. That's when you begin feeling the intense burst of electrical current pulsing through your body. You quickly black out. As you can see, you amount to little more than a hill of laser-fried beans. You come a long way only to be torched. Keep up the fine work. Okay. Well, hold on. Can these things be somehow foiled by a waste paper basket fire? Yes, they can. I'm not clear on why that's going to work, but... Okay. Oh, because it turns on the sprinklers. And those are... and these robots are going to turn out not to be waterproof. Oh. Can I just do that here? Sure can. While receiving a nice hosing yourself, the basket fire is extinguished. Seconds later, a loud series of pops is followed by the smell of fried electronics. The sprinklers sense accomplishment and cease operation. Your fire and subsequent shower seems to have shorted out the burnished bullies. To what end? This section of the corridor is lined with wall bots. They've been rendered inoperative. The huge metal menaces are specifically designed to secure a given area. When not plugged into the wall, when not busy, they're plugged into the wall recharging, etc. Okay. And then... so I've shorted out the wall bots. Was there somewhere to go to the right? Wait. It's of no use to you now. Thank you for being clear about that, game. Only 70 points to go. This is also described the same way. Oh, but it does just have a door. You've just entered Vohaul's secret chamber. The evil one himself is seated before a large console, high on a platform in the center of the room. Standing obliviously ready are many of the dreaded salesman clones. Ha ha ha. So, Roger, we meet again, I must say. I'm quite impressed with your resourcefulness and tenacity. I'd love to chat, but I'm busy preparing the last of my salesman clones for their trip to Xenon. Feel free to stick around and observe the downfall of your civilization. Okay. An eerie glow illuminates the large chamber. Through the massive window, you can see out into deep space. Lighted consoles adorn the area behind Vohaul's perch. Vohaul awaits at the top of the stairway. Perhaps I'm not supposed to be here yet, but maybe I can be here. These guys are your worst nightmare come true. Imagine hundreds of John Davidsons in magnetically hazardous polyester suits, the color alone capable of rendering helpless the infirm. Topped with a permabond hair, the face splashed with that let me win you over smile, he's a master guildsmith, programmed with one intent: sell, sell, sell. Each are encased in pre-programmed impervious transport capsules. Okay. I assume walking up to him, he just has a plan to kill me. Going somewhere? As soon as you step on the platform, you're struck by a beam of light emitted from a unit in the ceiling. In a matter of seconds, you are broken down into microparticles and extracted from the air. Again, the beam strikes, this time blasting into a glass jar on the console. It is there that you're molecularly reconstructed in a miniaturized form. Well, I'll be darned. My miniaturization beam does work. Vohaul's voice booms. I've opted not to give him a booming voice, but okay. In the old days, I'd test these things on myself. But, as you may have noticed by my appearance, being my own guinea pig has had its disadvantages. I guess this will keep you out of my way once and for all. You'll make a nice conversation piece. With that, Vohaul turns away to put finishing touches on Xenon's fate. Well, that was not well thought out, Vohaul. Newly cut pane of glass falls to the counter. Apparently, Vohaul doesn't notice. Can I take the panel? Can't attain it here. It's not available. Okay. You're on the surface of a console. A large, compared to you, jar sits in the middle. A hole has been cut in the side. There's some vents near the back. Look at the vents. As you turn your attention to the vent, you notice it to be quite dark. You hear a rhythmic hum of some mechanical device. Something that sounds like industrial strength breathing. Might be coming from the vent. Well, let's... Oh no, he got me. Darn, Roger. I guess his lardness got a little fed up with your meddling. You've been redesigned once again, revealing a permanent overhead view. You resemble one of those wonderfully colorful mosaics commonly found on windshields. Thanks for playing. Okay. But... okay. Can I crawl under the vent here? Haha. Yes, you can. You wiggle your slim carcass through the vent. Oh. Judging from those two hoses coming in from outside, you guess this is the inner workings of Vohaul's life support system. A respirator pumps oxygen into his lungs, while a pump in the back wall forces blood through filters. There's also a sign on the back wall. The sign says, "Caution. Press button for emergency shutoff." It's an emergency. Shut off this man's life support. Way to go, Roger. You've just disconnected Vohaul's life support system. He's a goner without it. Well, I think the idea, Clef, is that his body is practically dead. You know? Exit. You can see Vohaul struggling to take his last few breaths. Not you again. You think you have won, he wheezes. But all you have done is seal your own fate. Hey, Jimmy. Exactly. He's a bit alive. He's a fair bit dead. He reaches up and flips a switch on the far end of the console before dropping to the floor dead. You're walking on another section of the control console. There's a large switch on the back panel. Keyboard is at your feet. Well, let's avoid the keyboard for the moment. I don't know what this switch does. Yeah. Enlarge, reduce, or... Oh, reduce or enlarge? Yeah, so can I actually... Okay, type, enlarge. Haha. Sequence has begun. Sequence has begun. Quick, Roger. Uh-oh. Where'd all the salesmen go? You're once again reconstituted to the correct size. You notice that the clones are gone. Look at the body. Vohaul's dead, hulking slab of flesh is loosely arranged at the base of the chair. Search it. An examination of his repulsively turgid, fabric-encased mass reveals nothing other than the tubes which supplied him with blood and oxygen. You do notice the letters SH, SR, written in pen on the back of his left hand. I should write that down. I probably remember it, but just in case. Yes, it simply must be. Look at console. See a screen with some text on it, just above a keyboard. Type SHSR. I don't use keyboard. How would you like to do that? Type on keyboard? Okay. Look at keyboard. It's not in view right now. Okay. Look at chair. Looks like a darn nice chair. However, there does seem to be a distinct outline where Vohaul's bloated bunk once nestled. Sure. Oh. Look at monitor. General status. Orbit decaying. Prognosis terminal. Uh-oh. Interior environment. Okay. External temperature. Critical. Auxiliary operations. Clone launch. Go. To abort launch. Enter code below. Okay. SHSR. Aborted. Excellent. That was not difficult. That was a quick turnaround from finding the password to saving the day. 205. Seems like the space station itself might also be crashing. But I'm not positive. Oh wait, stairs going up. I see them now. Well, Roger, found one more way to snatch humiliation from the jaws of heroism. Oh man, it's not saving nearly enough. Okay. He did not. That's true, Gleph. Yeah, the extinction event is not a bad backup plan. Welcome, your mom. Things are coming together fast for Rod. He's killed his enemy and foiled his scheme. Okay. I think I better do this on normal speed. Now his greatest challenge. He's got to get up the stairs without falling to his death. Hold on. The numpad. Whoop. Turn numlock off. There we go. That's the key. That's the ticket. Diagonal movement. Look around. You're walking through a clear, tubular passageway, which seems to wind in and out along the outer perimeter of the asteroid. There's a box mounted on the west end of this tube. Aha. Look at box. The box is actually an oxygen mask receptacle. It's currently closed. Open the box. You open the box, noticing an oxygen mask, remove it. Close the box. Put the mask on. If we're going to go to the surface of the asteroid, I think you'd actually want, more than just oxygen. You probably need some kind of extra protective equipment. But what do I know? I've never walked around on an asteroid. You're walking through a clear tubular passageway. Seems to wind in and out along the outer perimeter of the asteroid. Planet of Labion spins nearby. Wow, good morning. Ooh, do tell. You can see evidence of the decaying orbit of the asteroid. The exterior of the asteroid is heating up from the ever-increasing collisions with atmospheric molecules. The glass tubes will not bear this heat much longer. Maybe it's not a problem because we're approaching the planet and therefore collecting heat. Well, that's specifically because we're falling. Uh-oh. Section of the glass tubing is fractured from combined stress. The pressurized atmosphere rushes for the relative vacuum of space. Fortunately, wearing the mask protects you from suffocation. Haha. No longer needing the mask, you remove it and stow it for later. I would not be so quick to do that, but okay. Is it just getting to the shuttle now? Traveling with a friend who's somehow driving from the back seat. I used to constantly have dreams where I was suddenly in a moving vehicle that I'm trying to steer from the back seat with a wacky oversized overly long neck steering wheel. Driving the back seat. You're going to lunch, but you felt like you've been in the car very long. Turns out you ended up in Canton, Ohio, which is 12 hours away from where you live, and you've never been there. Weird. I mean, Ohio's been in the news, at least in your national political news, for some awful reasons. We drove into a restaurant that did not make geographical sense. I get a lot of buildings that don't make architectural sense in my dreams. 40 minutes until meltdown. A synthesized voice cheerfully announces. Oh, cheerfully. 40 minutes until meltdown. Oh, Cedric. Oh, no. Really? Well, if it comes to that, I can do these actions again pretty quickly. An everything restaurant. Can I just hop down? Nope, that's death. I'm no Buddy Ebsen, it says. There's no menu. Instead, everything was painted on the walls, including the food options. But the waitress explained since they just opened, only ones in bold were actually available. They switched to paper menus, but there's a cool restaurant around here that for a while they had like chalkboard paint on the wall and just, the menu was all just written. They constantly changed the menu. So I'm probably a dead man walking on account of being implanted with a chest burster, but we want to see that happen. Okay. Very hungry. Couldn't figure out anything to order. Being constantly stymied in a simple task has often been a recurring theme of my dreams. Come on, chest burster. You're somewhere. It's a very odd-looking robot, balanced on two legs with an odd electric eye scanning back and forth. On it are the words Vohaul Maromatic. Oh dear. It does kind of look like Metal Gear, doesn't it? Oh. No? I thought tie its legs. Suddenly racked by excruciating violent pain. No, if anything, those are exercised for me, Cedric. I live that now. Freeing my subconscious up to imagine other horrors and frustrations. Suddenly you're racked by excruciatingly violent pain. It feels as if your body is trying to turn inside out. Oh, boom. Little green guy. After gaining freedom from its flesh fortress, the odd little alien runs away, leaving you lying on the floor like a used, oversized placenta. Gross. A darn tough, yet unique way to go. That should teach you not to be sucking face with alien beings in the future. Well, fortunately, as I've said often, that thing that I've said, I don't even remember. Oh, that, because the real challenge, the time-consuming thing is figuring out what to do. When you know what to do, you can usually get it done pretty quickly. So we're back to 145 points, but I think we're going to be okay. If I can figure out how to avoid the xenomorph, which is hopefully just a matter of literally running away. Oops. Okay. Oh, that's all right. I had not forgotten. So I had it remained in my mind to think, uh-oh. This might be hopeless. Now I'm running. It's coming for me, but is it going to get gut? Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Okay. Perhaps it's a puzzle. I mean, it would have been a puzzle if the puzzle was lure it to its death. But apparently that jerk only wants to kill me. Maybe I wasn't. Good point, Clef, because you do have to get pretty close. Well. Let's try that. No luck. Okay. Whoops. There's also, what if it's literally just run? Just leave the floor and come back. Because the thing eventually just vanished. Interesting that At least so far. Level 2 has not come into play. Unless that's the one we get to during the escape. Maybe that's the gimmick. Okay, let's see. From here, can we go back and not get impregnated? Well, hey, okay. The thing can go make out with one of the clones, I guess. Look around. Wastebasket. And overalls. Take basket. Okay. Aren't you amazed? Yes, I am. Take overalls. Oh, you don't need them. But something fell out. It's a lighter. Take the lighter. Okay. I don't have the plunger. Where did I get the plunger? I'll find it. It was probably just in the janitor's closet and I didn't take it the first time for some reason. Oh, no, I know what it is. It's that I bypassed the third floor because I thought that I was going to have to find a way to actually like break the floor waxer robot so it didn't kill me. As opposed to just ducking out of the way. This is going to come together pretty quickly, is what I'm saying. Do I have the glass cutter? Yes. Huh. Maybe the game will just let me get through. Look around. It's a plunger. Take it. Please don't appear now. Actually, it's not so bad. Well, I fooled you. Haha. A human janitor is much smarter than a robot janitor. Let's go to the death trap. Was just discussing the Ballad of John Henry's Hammer with my students yesterday while talking about automation and its various societal impacts. Just in time. Oh, what? it's nice of them that the error message says there's no reason to put an empty basket down here. Here we go. Oh, Vohaul, it is in fact you that will be getting some downfall that I will witness. He should have used at least some sort of cryptography if he had to write down his password. Even just like a simple letter shifting pattern might be enough to stymie me for 5 minutes so his plan could be realized. Yeah, you've miniaturized me, but maybe the joke's on you. Go through the vent, press the kill Vohaul button. He dies. Very frustrated man. This is maybe one of the most intuitive endgame sequences in a Sierra adventure game, which does mean that there's not a whole lot of challenge. It's pretty straight, like you do the things that make perfect sense to do. But that does mean that it feels good to do it because it flows smoothly. It's a victory lap. Boom. Aborted. And away we go. Okay. Whoops. Did not mean to press the diagonal there. Got my mask on. 43 points to go. I feel like I'm not going to get a perfect score by any means. But I know. I guess we'll see. Probably not. I wonder what I missed. It's always fun to find out at the end of these games. And barring some like wild last minute puzzle that trips me up, well, we should be finishing this on schedule with when I intended to be done. Which feels good because, as mentioned, I have career-defining work that I need to finish. Okay. Here we go without a chest burster. Actually, hold on. I didn't go to the left last time. What happens if I go to the left? I know the warning message says I have 40 minutes. So that feels good. I gotta think ahead. How am I gonna overcome this Metal Gear or the I can't remember the robot name, but you know, the thing that the corporation makes in RoboCop that kills the guy in the boardroom. And then they're like, you know what, we need ED-209. Thank you, Cedric. It's got a little bit of ATST or AT-AT. You know, whichever one is the chicken walker. What would you use here? I don't know. Oh, I still have the lighter. It really does feel like it should be the... I'm somewhere. Feels like the athletic supporter ought to be the secret to defeating this thing. No, that's not an option. Okay. Well, let's try just running. Is there a death trap of some kind we can lead this into? Maybe I could hit a button, go back through there. Could it be as simple as it's just going to fall off the balcony out here? Okay. At the very least, it's not chasing me out here. There's not really anything else to do. Look around. You're standing on a suspended platform inside the cavernous vehicle, etc. Narrow walkways, watch your step. How can I get down there? I don't know. And I assume that this part is representing like a round hallway, and that eventually going right will come back around to the left, but... Is the robot about to appear from the right and destroy me? Can I just drop the supporter and he'll step in it and trip? Is there somewhere where I can tie the supporter to, you know... Walls are covered with panels, protecting sensitive technical environmental control components. They're nothing to mess with. Okay. Beating this thing is clearly going to be part of the deal here. But why? And how? That ends the chase. Okay. So I need to overcome that thing. Look at the mask. It's an oxygen mask. Can I drop it when I see the thing? I've tried throwing it and I couldn't. Can I walk around it? No! Any curiosity you may have harbored regarding the menacing metallic pest will not be satisfied as you've drawn too close. Your attention is attracted to a decal on the front of the machine. It says, the Vohaul Maromatic. This rouses your curiosity. Suddenly, you note that each and every bone in your body feels as though it has been transformed into molten matter. Never slow to catch on, you notice that you are cooking from the inside out. Now this is a pain that lingers. Every drop of moisture is purged from your system by the intense heat of the internal barbecue. Your dehydrated composition makes it impossible to continue. Better luck next time, Roger. Okay. Hello, Sitar Hero. Are those doors? Because if there are actually doors, absolutely. Oh. Have I tried just going back by pressing the button? Okay. We can go back out there. Can that help us with this thing, though? I don't know. Yeah, this is my first time ever playing Space Quest 2, Sitar Hero. I'm digging it. These walls. No. Oh, hold on. Escape pods. Okay. Is it literally just ducking around this guy? Still waiting for Chekhov's athletic supporter here. It's on the other side of me. Not sure if there was a button. But if there was a button to enter the escape pods, otherwise it's open door. Hopefully I have time to try both. Okay, didn't do it fast enough. But it seems like we have the solution. I'm good at typing. Just not quite good enough there. Why did they have Mario teaches typing on the computers in my elementary school? Instead of just Space Quest 2. Cruel that the game reorients you to the middle of the Z-axis for every screen flip. Let's try this one. The robot has apparently decided that it is permissible for you to be here since you are in the pod already. Thanks, sucker. Upon entering the escape pod, you quickly take your seat. Look around. You're seated inside one of the emergency escape vehicles. Before you lies a control panel and a viewport. Look at the panel. The only outstanding feature on the panel is the clearly marked launch button. Warning, emergency escape vehicle launch sequence has begun. Launch time T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Phew! You're going to have to stop cutting these escapes so close, Roger. They said I had 40 minutes before planetfall. Well, you must feel pretty good right now. You stopped Vohaul from carrying out his threat of salesman infestation, ultimately destroying the twisted scientist himself. You also managed to save your own skin. Just look at that score. Pretty darn impressive. It doesn't actually seem that impressive. But maybe I'm about to get a bunch of points? Nope. Suddenly, a warning signal draws your attention to the oxygen meter on the front panel. I thought about putting the mask on before I launched, and then I thought, why would they have limited oxygen supply? Do I get a chance, or do I just die and have to do it again? This is just great. You know it's all too good to be true. You have maybe 5 minutes of air left. Well, Roger, it was nice knowing you. Put on the mask. Good idea. Unfortunately, as you begin to put it on, you notice that the tank is empty. Sorry. Okay. We gotta figure this out. Now, you take the time to view the interior of the pod in more detail. You see a sleep chamber against one wall. Okay. Just get in the sleep chamber. Oh, I can move. Get closer. Need to, oh, okay. Open the chamber. Get in the chamber. Make the split-second decision to enter the sleep chamber. Roger's instincts are not failing him here. Take a quick nap. Hopefully, this makes our oxygen last longer. Or maybe I was supposed to do something. We'll find out. Soon, you're overcome by a pleasant drowsiness. This is certainly better than suffocating. You begin to drift away into a deep sleep with the satisfaction of having accomplished your task. You've come through in the clutch, and you deserve a nice long rest. Now someone will just pick you up somewhere along the way. So long, Roger. Thanks again for saving your people. 10 more points? All right. 227 out of 250. The end for now. I gotta mess around with the CSS on the chat display and see if I can slightly reduce the font for names, specifically so that David's doesn't get cut off. Should be some credits, you'd think. Yes, Clef, Cedric had me do that right away. That's an interesting question, Cedric. I'm inclined to say the chest burster, based on your report, is like triggers some just during the escape, but it might just be a timer, in which case maybe you could. If you did all the other floors first and then ran down to the xenomorph floor, so it was the last thing that happened to you before you went to the acid trap. That's it. Oh, they showed the credits at the start, didn't they? Okay. Let's, as is tradition, read a points list. That would be my guess, Clef, but you never know. You never know. Okay. The point list. I wish this table was laid out better. Hold on. Can I find a better Space Quest 2 point list? This one's better. Okay. You can get past the swamp without the berries? Fascinating. Oh, man, Clef. You're right. At least you'd be saving the world from the xenomorph because it would die when the oxygen ran out. Okay. Intriguing. Okay. Press C on watch, enter the space station, wear the suit, take the cube, take the supporter, get kidnapped. Got all those points. On Labion. Get the key card. Press the button on the skimmer. I did that. Free Pinkun. I assume that's my little friend. I did that. Hide from the goons. I did that. Take Spore. Mail the order form. Take the whistle. Take the berries. Navigate the root maze. Rub the berries on your body. Hold your breath. Or take a deep breath. Reach gem. Take gem. Hold breath. Again. Climb tree. Yeah. Throw the spore, take the key, take the rope, tie the rope to the log, swing on the rope, jump to the ledge, hold gem in mouth, take gem again, say the word, escape cave maze, go down whirlpool, use the whistle, throw the cube at the beast, take a rock. I did not take the rock. That would have been 2 points. And then, here's the big one. Here's 20 points I missed. And also the answer to the mystery of the jockstrap. Throw rock at guard with supporter for 20 points. That's wild when you consider in King's Quest, whenever there's multiple solutions, the non-violent one gets you more points. But apparently just sneaking past the guard undetected is worthless. But needlessly killing him. Although I suppose this is a bleak thought. But technically, everything on Labion is killed in the end when the asteroid base crashes, including our buddies. Well, early on, I was like, my original thoughts were like, the athletic supporter is going to be a slingshot of some kind. And then there were parts where I thought like, oh, I'll use it as like a, climbing tool or swinging tool. I briefly thought with the plunger, maybe I could, because I was putting the plunger on the wall. Well, you know that, Clef. You're the one who figured it out. I should have tied the supporter to it, maybe, to support myself. And then by the end, I wanted to use it as a tripwire. And none of those seem to be the answer. Okay, that's 22. I'm still missing 5. Use keycard and slot, take off and shuttle. We did that. On the asteroid, take the plunger. Take the glass cutter. Oh, it definitely is. It's very clearly so. I guess it speaks to, Yep. Well, she was obviously under a lot of pressure to get with the times. Okay. But it does bespeak to a good management style that Roberta Williams had this obvious preference. Fair, Clef. Okay, take plunger. Did that. Take the glass cutter. Take the toilet paper. Take the wastebasket. Take the lighter. Yeah. Plunger on the wall. Wait for floor to close. Yeah. Toilet paper in the basket. Basket on floor. Light it. Use the glass cutter. Press the button. Enter the code. Open the box. Get the mask. Enter the escape pod. Enter sleep chamber. So I found 22 points that I didn't get. Oh, I'm looking for only 23. So is there a 1-point thing that I neglected to do? Let me look at all the 1 points. I did all the 1 points on the asteroid. All the 1 points on Labion. I don't know. It could be that. But then why wouldn't we have that? Okay, let me look at a different list. In achievement lists, you usually expect that. The final trophy is for having all the trophies. Enter the shuttle, get the card for the creature, hovercraft, button, spore, berries, plant maze, mail form, get in there, rub berries, deep breath, grotto, gem, deep breath, climb tree, throw spore, get key, get rope, tie rope, swing, release rope, hold gem, get gem, say word, underground maze, enter whirlpool, blow whistle, throw puzzle, get rock, sling rocket card, there's 22, insert card, escape planet, plunger, glass cutter, paper, wastebasket, lighter, attach plunger to wall, let go, paper in the wastebasket, drop the wastebasket, light it on fire. Yeah. So what's going on here? Do these numbers not actually add up to 250? Bear with me, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 8. Sorry. That's bad counting. 13, 18, 23, 24, 36, 43, 45, 47, 50, 52, 55, 60, 2, 4, 6, 8, 68, 73, 76, 79, 99, 109, 119, 121, 141, 146, 166, 67, 68, 169, 170, 171, 191, 192, 193, 203, 208, 228. No, it all adds up to 250. So, okay, here's one. I'm going to try one thing that'll only take a moment. Yeah, so, okay, let me read only the 1 points, and then I'm going to test my theory. Look at watch, type C. Enter airlock. Get clothes. Get puzzle. Get supporter. Push button. That's the button on the crashed hovercraft. I definitely did that. That's all the ones on the left. Get gem. I did that. Get plunger. Get glass cutter. Get paper. Get wastebasket. Get fire. Paper in the wastebasket. Drop it. The only one I can think, maybe, but it seems unlikely. So I'm actually kind of confused. Look at watch. I didn't look at the watch like this at the start. I don't think I answered. I think I knew my watch was beeping, but I'm not sure I talked in it like Dick Tracy. I missed the very first point in the entire game. Well, on the whole, no, but what it says is doing that should get me the point. Yes. I don't think I did that. I think my watch started beeping and I went in and then they told me. But I don't believe I did that. So right at the start, I had already blown my perfect playthrough, which wouldn't have mattered because I'm just too much of a non-violent solutionizer, solver, some might say, to throw a rock at a dude's skull when I could just flee. Okay. All right. So, Space Quest 2. My thoughts. I really enjoyed this game. I think that it's much more of a, hey, here's more Space Quest than even King's Quest 2 was a, here's more King's Quest. Because like King's Quest 2, I believe actually brought Mark Crow, one of the two guys from Andromeda, on as the graphics designer. And so in one way, King's Quest 2 was a leap beyond the original because it had the same EGA graphics, but they were much better artistically. And then, like, in many ways, King's Quest 2 is much the same, but it also had its own, like, little endgame sequence with the cool trippy island through the magic door. So, like, it was edging towards some more narrative elements. Whereas this really just kind of felt like, hey, let's send Roger Wilco on another adventure exactly like his last one. My understanding is that Space Quest 3, because this game came out, or maybe even the previous game, like the first Space Quest, I think they're roughly contiguous with King's Quest 3. So I think Space Quest 3 is probably going to be in the upgraded, it's going to be more akin to King's Quest 4. I think. I guess we'll find out. Because, I don't have a lot to say about this in my final thoughts, because, it's just more Space Quest. But, we'll start Space Quest 3 next week. Here's the rough Saturday plan. Space Quest 3. And then, halfway through the Space Quest sextology, hexology, whatever, we're going to take a break. And I'm debating between two games. Want to keep the sci-fi theme going. Might go with Starflight 2, Trade Routes of the Cloud Nebula. Or I might go with Star Control 3. Got to do Star Control 3 at some point in the coming months because next year, the real Star Control 3 comes out. Free Stars, or whatever they're calling it. Urquan Masters 2, whatever you want to call it. Fred and Bob. Fred and Paul of Toys for Bob fame are back with a friend of the stream, although we haven't seen him in a while, but he's busy. That's fair enough. And also, I haven't gone to his stream, so what am I complaining about? Friend of the stream, Pebby, is lead programmer on that project. He's been working for a long time in isolation. I mean, collaborating with Paul and Fred, obviously. But otherwise, just plugging away, no end in sight. But they finally did the Kickstarter because they're ready. They're ready to bring this thing home. And as I once said to Pebby, you know, it's not all you have to do is make a game that both gives everybody the exact feeling that they had whenever they first played Star Control 2, one of the most seminal, acclaimed video games of all time, while also, innovating on it and pushing it forward and realizing whole new ways to do Star Control. And all you need to do is do both of those things at the same time. Just feel like the old one, but also feel entirely revolutionary. But you know what? I'm optimistic. Not even just cautiously optimistic. I think it's going to be cool. But when I play that, I want to be able to contrast it to what Star Control 3 was like. Star Control 3, not made by Toys for Bob. Fred and Paul wanted to move on. And, in some ways that's sad. It would have been great to have Star Control 3 from them in the 90s. I mean, I never played Star Control until a few years ago on the stream, but for other people, the fans at the time. But, they've had an illustrious career. And I'm sure that they made a lot more money off, Skylanders, one of their other major successes. I bet that was a money printing machine compared even to Star Control 2. So I'm sure they have no regrets about leaving it behind for a while. But I'm very excited that they're returning to kind of their masterwork, their most acclaimed production. And I'm just really excited. It is it's extra nerve-wracking in a way. Not that I'm like super close with Pebby or Jason, but friendly. We've spoken only in the weird asymmetrical way of either me typing in his chat while he speaks to the stream or me speaking to the stream while he types. But nonetheless, what I'm getting at here is my friend Becca now has published 2 novels, but when she published her first novel, and I bought it, and I sent her the picture, I took a picture of it, say, hey, look what I'm sitting down to read. I said something that I immediately regretted, but I thought, like, knowing Becca, Becca would want me to say, if I'm going to tell her anything about her book when I've read it, she would want me to say what I think. She would not want me to say, like, I thought it was amazing, you're so talented, if I'm just saying that. So I told her, I'm going to read this, and I'm going to read it carefully, and I'm going to think a lot about it. I'm going to tell you what I think of it. I promise. I'll give you my unvarnished opinion. And as soon as I said that, it was like, oh man, this is a really good book. And it was. Thank goodness. Becca's a good novelist. Her second novel might have been even better. And so, what a relief. But this is like on the one hand, I'm not as close to Pebby as I am to Becca. But on the other hand, there's a whole new level of nerve-wracking here because I won't be able to stop myself from offering my honest opinion while I'm playing the game, and I will be broadcasting it to the world, including to Pebby. And yet, I'm really confident that it's going to be super cool. So, listen, I mean, I owe... oh, man. Okay, that's very clever, you stupid bot. Let's see, can I foil you? Yeah, that's what I want to be doing. But, hold on. Can I do it in the Twitch stream manager? Click on their name. Thank you, Jimmy. Where? Where is my ban button? Mod actions. We haven't taken... oh, here it is. Warn. No, not warn. Timeout. No. Banned. Forever. Very clever. Stylize your name and characters that I can't just easily type. Indeed, Jimmy. So thank you for your assistance in banishing that galactic scum. But yeah, you know, what is the point of spending all this time talking about video games if I'm not going to say what I honestly think of them? So I owe it to the audience, to myself, and ultimately to Pebby and to Fred and Paul, who do not know me and could not possibly give a shit about me, to say what I think. But I'm really, really excited, and I think that it's going to be great. I really do. I think that just from the things I saw, just because Pebby's been live streaming his work, so just what I saw from like the tools, Fred designed really good tools for them. It's exactly like the galaxy of the Space Quest universe. If all they have is Roger, and all this galaxy has is me, apparently. Um, yeah, great anticipation. So probably Star Control 3, even if I'm more excited to eventually play Starflight 2. And then after that, I'm going to debate whether I want to get right back to finish off the back end trilogy of Space Quest, or if at some point I want to do Disco Elysium, a little pivot from our usual in the past games. But ultimately, to me, I don't, when I'm playing a classic game, if I'm playing an old game, I'm not playing it because I think the old ways are the only way to do it or anything like that. And when I play a new game, I'm not thinking like, finally video games are good because of technology. I just love games, and I think they're all great. I don't, yeah, I don't know, whatever. So what I'm saying here is tune in next week for Space Quest 3 something something. Hold on. Can I find out the yes, I can find out the subtitle. I have the technology. One moment. Space Quest 3: The Pirates of Pestulon. Let me look at the screenshots here. Oh yeah. Definitely looks. Yeah. This is the Perils of Rosella for Roger. Looks like. Very excited to see what they did with their upgraded technology and stronger parser. And especially Roland sound cards. That's exciting. Yeah. So those are our space traveling plans for the future. Space Quest 3, The Pirates of Pestulon starts next week. Meanwhile, what else is happening here? Well, tomorrow, and this is today, I just stuck to the schedule and everything. Got some work done in the morning. Gonna do some more work in the afternoon. Tomorrow, I cannot start the stream until I've finalized and submitted my reappointment and promotion package, which is due tomorrow. Why is the due date a Sunday? But that's what I got to do. So I believe that I'll be mostly done today and totally done tomorrow, and it won't be a big deal. But maybe I will wind up, not having time to stream tomorrow, or only having so little time that it doesn't make sense to do what I'm about to say. But if all goes according to plan, tomorrow, as soon as I can, we're going back to the Serpent Isle. Ultima 7 Part 2, Serpent Isle, which has been on a brief hiatus because my vacation ended and I haven't found a spot to fit it in. But I'm going to start playing it on Sunday. That's probably going to be a very long in calendar time playthrough now, because my plan of doing it in condensed calendar time over the summer was foiled by my own foolish decision to play Wizardry Gaiden 4, Throb of the Demon's Heart. So what I'll probably do is every some little leg of the journey, I'll say, all right, let's take a break and do something else, and then we'll come back. And eventually we'll get through it. And eventually we'll even get through the Ultima 8 and Ultima 9. And then we'll come all the way back around, looping around cyclical time, to Akalabeth, Ultima 1, Ultima 2, Ultima 3. Maybe I'll do Ultima 4 on the stream. And then there's a whole bunch of ancillary Ultimas. The Worlds of Ultima games. The Runes of Virtue games on Game Boy. Lots of stuff to do in Ultima. We'll be playing Ultima forever. In and around other games. On Tuesday, if me and Danielle are both testing negative so that we don't worry about harming Greg will be here, sitting in Abra's chair. temporarily becomes Greg's chair. It'll be over here. I'll be rolled over a little to this direction. That part's not important. We'll be playing beat 'em ups. Specifically, we'll be playing a game. I can't remember the developer, but a game called Big Fight, which sounds like the most generic name imaginable for a beat 'em up. But get this, the subtitle of Big Fight is Big Trouble in the Atlantic Ocean. So it's this weird mix of a generic title and a totally off-the-wall subtitle. I don't quite know what to expect there, although I lean towards saying I bet it's just generic. And then we have 2 SNK games on the agenda. King of the Monsters 2, which may or may not meet our standards as a beat 'em up, and might actually force us to go back and confirm that the first game doesn't. I think the first game is a one-on-one game. We'll find out. And also Mutation Nation. So will SNK finally deliver a top-tier, boss-tier beat 'em up? Maybe. Find out on Tuesday if they're going to get there in 1992. Next Friday, we're back in the Elemental Cores scenario. So far, we're working at a 3 rounds per episode pace. But we're picking it back up, the Elemental Cores scenario, and Friday Night Frosthaven. Myself, my lady love Danielle, and then my main guy loves, Rich and Greg. And we'll see if we can make it through round 9 and stay in good condition. And then before you know it, it's Saturday again. And, as we've discussed, we'll be playing Space Quest 3, The Pirates of Pestilon. I hope you're looking forward to it. I know that I am. As always, playing video games is fun. Saying words out loud is fun. But it's all a little bit more fun because you folks are here to hang out and share the experience with me. So, awesome. Hey, if you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left and you cannot hear my voice, but I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time that our intrepid janitor gets up to something, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.